What happens when kids tell the truth? Adults won't. I beat cancer at 19, but it won in its own way. I'll never have children. The radiation that saved me also robbed me of the only future I'd ever really wanted, to be a mother. I have 4 siblings who always treated me like I was defective, even before the cancer diagnosis. Too sensitive to handle real life, too weak to be taken seriously. When I got sick, they'd visit the hospital in shifts, staying just long enough to post photos about being supportive siblings, never long enough for the hard parts. Now I'm 31, healthy, successful, but to them, I'm still that sick kid who shouldn't want too much from life. For 12 years, I lived for my siblings' kids. When my sister had her first baby, I was there cutting the umbilical cord because her husband fainted. I memorized feeding schedules, learned every lullaby, never missed a single school play. 8 kids between 4 siblings, and I knew them all. Every allergy, every fear, every dream. While my siblings worked late or went on date nights, I was teaching their kids to ride bikes, helping with homework, making Halloween costumes from scratch. I drove 2 hours each way to attend my nephew's kindergarten graduation because his parents had a conference. I held my niece through her first heartbreak while her mom was at book club. Every birthday party, I arrived early to set up and stayed late to clean. The kids started calling me first when they needed something. Auntie understands, they'd say. 3 weeks ago, my sister Gina asked me to come to our parents' house. Important family discussion, she texted. I arrived with a trunk full of Christmas gifts I'd been collecting since July. The living room felt like a courtroom. All 4 siblings in chairs, facing one empty seat, no kids. Gina read from her phone. We're here because your relationship with our children has become inappropriate. My brother Mark jumped in. You buy them things without asking us. You're undermining our authority. The kids mention you constantly, Gina said, jaw tight. Beatrice asked if she could live with you last week. That's not, I started. You're weirdly obsessed, said Ross. It's uncomfortable. You need to find your own life instead of trying to steal ours. My youngest sister, Vanessa, sighed. Look, some people are meant to be mothers, and honestly, the way you latch onto our kids proves you wouldn't be able to handle your own. You're too intense, too desperate. Gina stood up. We've discussed it. You're not invited to Christmas this year. The kids need to bond with their actual family without you confusing things. We're doing this for you too, Mark added. Maybe without the kids as a crutch, you'll finally move on. I sat there for 30 seconds that felt like hours, then left without a word. At home, my boyfriend Alex found me sobbing on the bathroom floor. He held me while I explained everything. Come to my family's Christmas, he said. Please. Christmas morning at Alex's parents' house was terrifying. I knew nobody except Alex, but his nephew ran straight to me with a dinosaur book. Within minutes, I was reading to 3 kids on the couch. Alex's mom watched from the doorway. She's a natural, she told Alex's sister. During dinner, his sister asked if we had kids. When Alex explained about my cancer, his mom grabbed my hand. Honey, watching you with the little ones today, any child would be lucky to have you as their mother. Biology doesn't determine who's meant to be a parent. Love does. Alex's dad added, our kids are already asking when Auntie's coming back. I excused myself to cry in the bathroom, crying happy tears. When I came back, I saw my phone explode with notifications. Mom calling repeatedly. When I finally answered, her voice was shrill. What did you do? You've ruined Christmas. I was confused. What? I'm not even there. Exactly. Beatrice locked herself in the bathroom and won't stop crying for you. The twins refused to open any presents. Niall threw his plate at the wall. Rosie took my phone and called you 17 times before I caught her. My stomach dropped. These kids were suffering because of me? No, wait, Mom, Gina told me not to come. They all said I was toxic, that I was obsessed with the kids. The line went silent. Then Mom's voice turned deadly quiet. They said what? I explained the intervention. The words tumbled out. How they called me desperate, inappropriate, said I'd be a terrible mother. Come over here now. Me and Alex pulled into the driveway 20 minutes later. The front door burst open before we reached it. 8 kids rushed me at once. A tsunami of tears and desperation. Beatrice clung to my leg. The twins grabbed my arms. Rosie sobbed into my stomach. I looked up to see my siblings standing in the doorway, faces twisted with rage. Gina started forward, but Mom blocked her. Look at these children, Mom said coldly. They've been miserable all morning. She turned to my siblings. She's been more of a parent than any of you. She stays, or you all leave. They ended up leaving.